What's going on, guys? Another episode of Cole's Gopro Outdoors. Alright, so on Thursday, Thursday was the 22nd, I think. 22nd or 23rd, one of those days. And so I charged up all my GoPro batteries. I had tripod, my new tripod mount, my head strap, and my chest mount. Which I wasn't going to use the chest mount, but I just brought it anyway, just in case. So, I didn't bring my GoPro on the first drive. Well, I forgot it in my dad's truck. And I thought that the first drive wasn't going to be as good. You know, I didn't think I was going to be on that good of a stand and all that stuff. So, it just slipped my mind. So, we turned dogs loose at about 8 o'clock, and I'm set up on this road stand. To the back of me, so I'm facing this way. In the back of me, there's a cutover, and in front of me, there's a cutover. And the road isn't very wide. It's maybe a couple, maybe 5-6 foot wide. Well, about 8 foot wide, and it's got a little ditch on each side. So first thing, one of our guys' beagles, well, a couple of them fell over top of a doe, and she was about 96 steps. She was 96 steps because I counted. So she stepped out in the road, just kind of tipping, and I put the gun up and I shot, and she quivered, and I thought that I hit her, which I did, and then I shot her one more time, and I think that I missed her. So, dogs were running a lot, so I didn't even bother to go look over there. It just slipped my mind after what had happened about an hour later. So, we had a guy in our hunt club turn loose again with his beagles up at the front of the cutover. And so I'm sitting there, you know, I got like 2 hours of sleep that night, so I was dozing off. I was dozing off. Then all of a sudden, in the woods in front of the cutover, 4 walkers just start stroking this deer. And so I wake up and I get ready, and the guy that was driving dogs was up in front of me in the cutover about 100 yards. Then all of a sudden I hear, "Big buck coming to you, Cole! Big buck coming! Shoot him!" So I'm like, I don't know where the deer's coming from. So all I heard was just sounded like a freight train coming through that cutover. I'm still about it. And so I'm sitting there. I got the gun up on the road. I'm looking. I don't see anything. Then I peek at the corner of my eye about 40 to 50 yards down the road, and all I see is horns coming through. Horns. That's all I could see was horns coming through the woods. With the cutover. And I about crapped my pants. I'll be so serious. And he stopped about 30 yards in the cutover where I could barely see the tip of his horns. I was like, all right, I can't not think about the horns. Got to put it on the shoulder and shoot. And again, this road isn't very wide. It's just enough for a truck to drive down. So I can hear him coming, and he's flying. So I put the gun up on the road, and I can still see them horns. I'm like, all right, I cannot think about the horns. I cannot think about the horns. So I put it up, and he's coming, and he's flying. So he hits that road, and he's flying. And I led him about that much. And I shot, and he flipped. He got back up. I shot him one more time in the road, and I kind of hit him a little far back. So I can hear him wrestling in the cutover. So I take off down the road. I go into where he's at, and then I can see his horns going through the cutover, digging. Anyone that's killed a big buck, they know that when something's like that, they're tough, and they want to live. And I had 4 shells left. And so I'm running and I'm reloading, And don't get me wrong, the gun that I shoot, the Remington 870 pump, can only hold 3 shells. So you got to make everyone count. And so I hear him, and he got back up, and I shot him one more time, and he dropped. I was like, all right, calm down, just get yourself together, make sure that he's dead before you go over there, because big bucks will horn you. I mean, they'll try to charge you. So I got about 10 yards behind him. Well, like, I was looking at him, and dogs were still coming, and so I'm looking at him, and then I turn around to see where, and I just go like this, and I turn around to see where the dogs are. All of a sudden, he's up on his feet. I mean, well, not completely, but he was dragging his shoulder, and he was trying to get away. And that cutover's thick, man. It's thick. So I pick out an opening, and I fire, and I go over there, and when he's finally dead, and I look, and I was so depressed. I was like, a giant like this only has one horn, which he didn't. So I poke him with the gun. He's dead, and then I'm looking at that horn. I'm like, it looks like I shot that horn off by accident. I didn't mean to. So I get him to where he's at the road, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go find this horn. So I get myself together. I go in there. I follow his blood trail, and about 10 yards from where I shot him the last time, with the horn and a couple other big chunks were right there. And so I put a picture of him in the video, but I mean, he was 21 in like a fourth wide or something like that, and his tallest tine was 12 inches, and he was a big 8-pointer. And I put a picture of him, but a buck of a lifetime, and I don't even bring my GoPro. I'm like, I was so mad. I was ticked, but I'll put a picture of him in the video. But good thing I killed the buck. He's at the taxidermist right now. Guy said that he could fix the horn, no problem. So that's good. But I will bring my GoPro for now on. I will. Alright guys, that's all. So thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I got one more week of break, and then I will be hunting all week. I'll be duck hunting, deer hunting, everything. So I'll bring my GoPro, and I'll try to get some more videos out for you. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.